Panasonic, the heart of your system.
I'm Leo Waldock for Kit Guru. We're with Cooler Master, who appear to have done some special hardware Canuck stuff. I wonder who was here earlier. Now, the fact of the matter is, when we visited Cooler Master at CES last year, we had a room of stuff to work through. Endless versions of cases. I can't remember how many cases. 12, at least 4 versions of H500. There are a lot of cases. This year, surprisingly little. We're in the same suite, so it's really easy to gauge how many products, because there's a lot of space. What they've done is they've gone to that old standby, which is showing their innovations. Now, the fact is, Cooler Master is an innovative company. So what they're doing is they're showing off some things. So, for example, alternate sort of magnetic dust filters with, certain YouTube channels branding. Here are more of those filters. There's also alternate top panels to go on cases. And if we look at this little case here, we've got different little corner pieces. That looks like wood, but it's actually plastic. Very nice copy. That's without the logo. That is sort of fake aluminium, but quite convincing. So that's the sort of thing they're showing here. Also, this case will stack with this case. It's just some little bits of tube that sit on those thumb screws. You can stack one case on top of the other, should you want to. No particular reason for doing that. But again, they're showing off things that you might do. This case, Q300, as I recall, is the model code, has been around for a little while. The idea is you can pull off each of the panels and you can mount different parts in different locations. So the I/O panel can be moved around, for example, and similarly, the power supply mount can be moved. So that's the type of thing they're showing. We're going to come back to the aim pad shortly, because Briony is going to do that. Over here, we've got a whole bunch of heat column technology and sectioned cooler over here, and here we have a 3D vapor chamber that's also been sectioned. That's all good fun and games, and we've seen that before. We like this. This is the XG series power supply. I visited their design studio when we were out in Taiwan for Computex 6 months ago, as Cooler Master has their own design studio on the outskirts of Taipei. That power supply is a thing. They've been working, I forgot, 2 years, 3 years from memory, been going for a good long time. Got about 20 staff. It's a very serious effort. It's a platform that's going to become a series of power supplies. But the XG power supply, it is a thing. We're going to go through the next room. You can actually see it in action. So here we have the XG Advanced Power Supply in action. For some reason, the fan is roaring away, absolutely roaring away. It's clearly not intended to work that way in the end. But this is a power supply we're now expecting to see launching probably for Computex, so the best part of 6 months away. There's another version of it the other side of the room, which is a lot quieter. And it's in this little PC here. So you're getting the full benefit of the RGB, and when you look through the side panel, you can see RGB galore in the usual way. So an RGB SSD, RGB memory from Team, Cooler Master RGB cooler, and indeed an MSI graphics card with a bit of illumination going on. I wouldn't really call that RGB. But the main thing here being is the XG750 power supply. Fingers crossed that turns out to be good, and it's been a long while in development. It has a huge amount of potential. And then my final bit before I hand over to Briony, we've got 2 cases to look at. The 2 cases, this is the NR600, which is the ATX, and over there we have the NR400 Micro ATX. These are budget cases. We're talking like around about $60, pounds, euros. This case, there's a lot of RGB going on inside. Almost none of this will actually ship with the case that you buy. Clearly not the cooler, for example, clearly not the memory, that's obviously the case. But the fans, you're going to have to hold back to kind of form a judgment on how you actually think this case is performing and how it looks. And the answer is, I think it looks really nice, because you've got 2 fans in the roof, 1 at the rear, 3 at the front. And if you swing the camera around at an angle and get that sort of shimmery thing going on at the angle, this sort of mesh front panel actually has an iridescent thing going on, which is quite cutesy. Almost certainly it will ship with 1 rear fan and possibly 1 front fan, so maybe 2 fans. Also, there'll be 2 versions of this case, so this is the mesh version, which we like. That's good, metal mesh. Or there's this panel here, which has a 5¼ inch drive bay. So still mesh, but you have an optical drive bay, and obviously then you'll have to have a mount inside the chassis, and that means you'll then be able to install up to 2 fans in the front. So potentially this would be a 5 fan with optical drive bay or 6 fan without optical drive bay. And then over here, it's basically less of the same. So this is the NR400. You can see 2 fans would go in the front, and the same thing. They've obviously built this as an airflow design, and you can see that with all that mesh, the lights really do shine through.
Briony here from Kit Guru, and I'm here at the Cool Master Suite at CES 2019. If you remember back to Computex, we saw on their stand they had a whole host of new peripherals, and it looks here at CES they brought out a few of them in some very nice white editions, which I am obviously quite a big fan of. So they've got the SK621, which is the smaller keyboard, and they are low profile switches, so it's the same as what we saw at Computex. I think they are cherry low profile switches. The SK650 is the full size version that comes in white also, and this one has like a really nice sort of like aluminium faceplate, and I think the RGB lighting on these really looks fantastic. They are really beautiful looking keyboards. If you're a fan of white peripherals, and if you like that sort of like low profile look as well, I think they're really sort of minimalistic and sleek looking. So yeah, I definitely want to get my hands on those and try and review them if I can. They've also got a the MM531. They brought out a white edition and the mouse, so you can have a matching mouse, and they've also brought out a white version of the headset as well. MH670 white edition wireless headset, which I think also looks very pretty. So lots and lots of white peripherals going on here at Cooler Master. Another thing on the desk here you will notice is the little control pad. So this is something that was funded by Kickstarter. I think the guy I was talking to said it was 160% funded or something, so a very popular product, and it uses the aimpad technology, which we saw at Computex for the first time on the MK850 keyboard, which had 8 keys in sort of the W, S and D area, whereas this all of the keys on it use the aimpad technology. But if we head further over to the other suite, we can take a look at this in slightly more detail. Okay, so this is where they've got sort of all their innovation tech going on, and they've got the control pad here. So the aimpad technology, so it's the analog technology that's on the MK850. It's that all of the keys on this do use that technology. So when you press sort of like half down, you can program the keys to have a different command. So originally this seems like a really cool idea for gamers, because analog tech is like using a controller, so it's pressure sensitive. But they've also gone into sort of like the creative market as well. So if you're someone that uses like Photoshop, Illustrator, Premiere Pro, they've brought out these sort of like keycap sets and things, and the idea is that you can, if you're using something like Photoshop and it's pressure sensitive, so you can change like the opacity and things, I think it really does appeal to the creative market. And I think they said a lot of people that funded the Kickstarter were from that market. It wasn't necessarily people that just wanted to use this technology for gaming. So I do think that is a really cool product. I think it's one of my favorite things I've seen actually at CES this year. It's something really different, and it has got a couple of scroll wheels and things on the top. So I'm going to finish off next to the MK850. So this keyboard is what I saw at Computex, and we have got a release date for it now. They said it should be coming at the end of the month. So I am very excited. Hopefully they send me a review sample, because I do definitely want to try it out. I have had a little go here. They have got a game open on the screen. I can't remember the name of it, but it's a new game that where the faster you move, the faster the gameplay goes. And it works really well with this keyboard. If I grab the gun, and then I can maybe demonstrate slightly. One-handed. So with the keyboard, if I like hold the key down gently, then I move slowly. And then if I smash it down, I move normal speed. So you do have the same sort of control as you have with a controller, which is really cool. It definitely took me a little bit of getting used to because I have the habit where I just want to tap it, but with this keyboard you don't need to, and I really want to get my hands on one. So end of the month, it is really expensive. We've been told like around £200, so it's really up there in price, but I do think the tech behind it is really quite cool. Okay, so that has been the Cooler Master Suite at CES 2019. If you like this video from KitGuru, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more from KitGuru, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and remember to press the little bell icon as well, and you get a notification every time a new video goes live.